Hey guys, how you doing? Ron here with TechTipsToGo. So in today's video, I'm going to talk about 3Commas trading bots, how not to get wrecked, because I get this question a lot when we get a big downswing of 6% to 10% to 15%. How do you avoid these? Because if you've been running trading bots for a while and many of you take a lot of long positions, you notice that you're going to need a lot of safety orders and capital to make sure that every safety order that fires, you have enough to cover all of the pairs that you need, unless you turn all of them. And unless you've got some kind of magic ball that you know that BTC is going to drop, etc. So I'm going to kind of cover what we've been doing with some of the members in our group and some of the tools and the scripts that we use. And you could probably implement this if you have your own script, etc. So for the members in our group, you guys are familiar with this. When you come over to indicators and you go to invite only scripts, you're going to see a list of your 3TG scripts. If you're interested in trying out some of our scripts, just message below. You'll see the link. And you could get access for $39 a month. You get access to all of the scripts. You could take a look at the scripts over here. We have a lot of scripts for almost every pair. The Dash C is a conservative. The Dash A is an aggressive one. So you'll see multiple Solana pairs, BTC, VeChain Dash A aggressive, VeChain Dash C conservative, etc. So I'm going to show you this example for Zilliqa. So over here we got the 3TG Zil Dash A. So it's an aggressive bot. Now, as you can see, it doesn't fire that much. That's because we have a setting over here, which is called the EMA. And if you're familiar with exponential moving averages, a lot of people like to trade off of the 200 EMA to go long or short, depending on your time frame. So August 18th was a period where a lot of traders got wrecked, meaning the price of Bitcoin fell by over 16 to 20%, which either liquidated people or had all their bots going into a ton of safety orders. So over here, let's say the bot were to take a long position over here and it didn't fill. Typically, you'd have a bot, usually roughly in this area, and it would bounce, it'd take a couple of safety orders, and then it'd fill on this candle. Because you could easily see, and most traders, most bot traders will take 0.5% to 1.25%, depending on the time frame. Now, let's say you didn't have that wick up or that V-shaped pattern where you're able to fill one or two safety orders and take profit through the bot automation through 3Commas, you would have got stuck around here. Let's say you had a fake out and you took a long position here. As you could clearly see that there's no place where you could have taken a long position for quite a while. So you would have been stuck in this trade. And then what ends up happening is you took a position over here, it didn't fill, let's say over here, price deviated all the way down to here. So if you look at the price, over 24%. So a lot of your bots are now into safety orders. So a lot of problems that people are saying is that, well, one, they might not have enough capital to cover all their safety orders. So only half of their safety orders get filled, and then the other bots kind of go into limbo, and you have to make a decision if you just want to kind of close that deal out. So as you can see, we didn't take any positions in here because of the scripts that we have. We have an option in the scripts now to come over here to only go long if price is above the 200 EMA. And like I said, the guys in our group know this. You could say, you could change this to whatever you want. You could say, I only want to go long if price is above a certain level. So now let's say you wanted to take this off and you just started running the native aggressive bot. You can see that it takes positions all over. For me, I run the aggressive bots when Bitcoin is bullish. If we scroll back to August 1st, over here, we can see that we're kind of going into a bullish trend, or we're going in an upwards direction. So it's fine to take these aggressive positions and you keep filling them. Every time this bot pulls along, you know, you feel safe. But when we get into this area on August 18th and you were to take this long position, because the bot just takes positions when your trading script or your script tells it to, okay? And if you don't have a great script, then that's probably one of the issues. If you don't have your safety orders set up correctly, that's another issue. So if you didn't take the proper amount of safety orders, your bot would have never filled, okay? So you would have never closed that position. But, and like I mentioned, the way we do it over here is we actually come over to the settings and you can say, hey, I only want to go long if price is above the 200 EMA. And now you could see it's not taking that position and it's taking safer bets and risks. Because if you look at this, now we're filling on this candle at least 2%, okay? And you come over here, this fills over here, that fills over here, and you could also do this with the short positions. So that's the main thing when you're running your script or you're using someone else's services, the main thing you want to do is you want to fire it up. For example, you see someone's signals on the market, and for example, it's a VeChain, it's a vet bot. So I'm going to pull up the VeChain-C, which is a conservative 5-minute bot, and I'm going to pull up the VeChain chart, vet to USD on the 5-minute chart on KuCoin, and let me just take off the Zilliqa bot and make sure that we're just running the VeChain bot. And let me run the VeChain aggressive bot and actually show you the difference. So let me go to vet-A 5-minute bot. So when I turn on the vet 5-minute aggressive bot, you can see that it fires in a lot of places. And the only way I usually run this when we're in a downtrend is with the 200 EMA. I take off the 200 EMA and maybe bounce it off the 9 when we're in a more bullish trend, and I just let it fire. But in cases like this, when we're in a downtrend, I actually turn off the bot, or like I said, I only go when price is above the 200 EMA. So I'm just going to turn off the aggressive VeChain bot, and you can clearly see that we don't fire, which is great. Okay, we fire in this position only in conservative or safe positions. So you can see right now we take a nice healthy percentage here. The bot doesn't fire a lot, but you can clearly see that it has a really high percentage win rate. Okay, so we fill over here. Yes, we deviate with 2 safety orders, and then we fill. Okay, and then we can scroll back, and you can see that we take another long. So the way I run my bots is I'll run a lot of conservative bots. They won't fire as much as the aggressive ones, but the way to combat that, or the way to make the most money, and not financial advice, the way that I do it to make the most money is I'll run 100 pairs that are very conservative, hoping that they all fire at different times, and make sure and kind of run my bots semi-passively where I can do everything from my mobile phones, because if I'm running out of safety orders or capital for safety, then I'll turn some of them off before they actually start. So you can see from this bot, the VeChain bot, we don't fire a lot, but it fills in appropriate positions. You can see here, even on this huge leg down, we didn't take any positions, in these risky areas. Okay, so you could clearly see that even the short positions are working nicely. We take a nice long here, we fill here. We fill here, we fill here, that fills. So you can clearly see it's conservative. It doesn't fire as much, but it's safe. And the way, like I said, the way I like to run my bots is I'll run a ton of conservative bots on different time frames. The 1 minute, the 5 minute, the 15 minute, the 30 minute, the 45 minute on pairs that I like, and hope that they fire at different times. So like I mentioned, if you're interested in running some of our scripts, check out the link below. And if you have any comments or questions, leave them below, and I'll see you in the next video.